Hello there, Libra. Thank you so much for stopping by for your tarot video forecast for the week of May the 16th through the 22nd. I am going to be pulling one card per day so we can take a look at the highlights that come up, see if there are any weekly themes that we see, and sort of go from there. This is, let me just remind you, a general reading, of course. And so not everything that I see here is going to apply to every single Libra who watches. However, it will apply, most of it will apply to most of you. If you have some questions that you're looking for answers to, or if you want a private reading where we're not looking at everybody's energy, but really just yours specifically, feel free to reach out to me and schedule a reading. All my contact information is on the website that's at the top of this screen. Let's get some cards down. Okay, Libras, let's see what we have for you today, or this week, I should say. We're going to start with the weekend. And for those of you who have not seen me before, we don't stress out about reversals. Okay, let's just say that right up front. I know other people get you wigged out about them. Not here, okay? Now, Saturday, we have the Three of Spirals showing up as the card. And then the card for Sunday is showing up as the Acrobat, both of these being in reverse. So, and what I'm using, I hear somebody asking about my deck. This is the Chrysalis Tarot deck. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Chrysalis, I don't know. So anyway, let's look at your cards for the weekend. Saturday with the Three of Spirals coming up in reverse, Libra, what this card just is saying is that this is a good day to stay in the present moment, stay very much in the here and now. And really, you know, when we have this kind of card come up, it says go with the flow. Don't try to force things to happen any particular type of way. Just stay aware and appreciative of what is happening in the moment. And then Sunday, our Page of Stones in reverse just says that you have some kind of news coming in about either money or material goods that you really didn't want to hear. You know, this can be something like, you know, your teenager got into a fender bender. They're fine, but the car might need some help, that type of thing. Or somebody dropped their phone in the toilet. Now you have to replace it. Or, you know, you have a bill come in that's a little bigger than you expected it. This is anything, you know, in that neighborhood. Doesn't have to be a big deal. Probably not even a big deal with that page coming up there. Okay, just not convenient, not something that we're looking forward to. Let's put it that way. All right, let's look at your week. Let's look at your week. So we're going to run through the cards really quickly and then we'll dive into them after, just like we did the weekend. So Monday, what's showing up for you is the Four of Spirals. Four of Spirals is one of my favorite cards, actually. You'll see why. And then Tuesday, Five of Mirrors showing up in reverse. We like this one in reverse. Whoop, whoop. And Wednesday, Six of Scrolls also in reverse. La da da da. Thursday, we have the Strength card, Papa Legba in this deck. And Friday, the Eight of Mirrors, last but not least. Okay. All right, let's take a peek at what's going on here. So, Monday. This Four of Wands, this talks about that you're enjoying your home or you're enjoying your family. Many times this is somebody coming into the nest. So this can be somebody coming to visit, or this can be you going to where your family is and coming into that nest. This can be bringing a new baby home into the family, whether it's your baby or a niece or a nephew or whatever. Okay. But there's something going on that has to do with home and family that I feel like is at least moderately celebratory. There could be somebody's birthday or maybe a first communion, something going on that is worthy of celebration within the home or within the family. Maybe somebody got a promotion. Maybe somebody's retiring. All right, now let's look at Tuesday. Five of Mirrors is showing up in reverse. This just says something where you have been disappointed before. Now you're letting go of that disappointment. You're forgiving somebody, or you're letting go of any kind of resentments or hurts. Sometimes that Five of Mirrors can be forgiving ourselves too. So you may be forgiving yourself for something. And so that could very well be, but you also could be forgiving somebody else. Now, when I talk about forgiving somebody else or letting somebody off the hook, did they ask you for forgiveness? Maybe. I don't know from this one card if they did or not. Maybe you just got sick and tired of carrying around the hurt, the injury, the wound, the grudge, and you decided, I'm dropping this load, man. I'm going to let this go. I'm not going to keep carrying this around anymore. And so you forgive them for yourself rather than for them, which really, anytime you look at forgiveness, isn't it more for ourselves than for the other person if we're doing it correctly? You know, that's what I say. Let's see here. Let's see here. We have more benefit than they do from it. Let's look at Wednesday. Six of Scrolls coming up in reverse. This talks about the idea that you know there's something in your life that is appropriate for it to leave, but you're having a hard time letting go of it. This can be a mindset, a perspective. This can be an action, a recreational action, a project, a business, an idea. Can be all kinds of things. With this card coming up here in reverse, it says that, well, it's appropriate to let this thing go. You know it's appropriate to let whatever this is go. Sometimes it's even a person. Maybe you've got a kid that's ready to go off to college and you know it's appropriate to let them go. But, man, does it hurt. It could be that too. Okay? So there's all kinds of ways this can play out, but the bottom line here is that this is something that it's totally appropriate for you to let it go. You know that here. But your heart is having a hard time with letting it go. That's what's happening on Wednesday. On Thursday, Papa Lugba, some of you guys are going to the gym on Thursday. This would be like a strength card in another deck. So yes, some of you are just very literally going to the gym, and maybe for some of you it's the first time in a while or it's a new gym. But also what's happening here is there's a little bit of a lift in the self-esteem. So whether you get that lift in the self-esteem from going to the gym or from something else, there's something that you're good at, that you're doing well, and it's helping you to have good self-esteem. All right, so that's what we have on Thursday. And then on Friday, remember I said last but not least, that Eight of Mirrors shows up. Eight of Mirrors just means you're walking away from something. That, and it's a particular something. It's a something that made you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or depleted. Okay? And so now you're walking away from that in search of something that is going to be something you can put your energy and efforts into, and also that you are getting something reciprocal back. Okay? So this can be walking away from a job that it doesn't really pay you a living wage, but they expect a lot out of you. A lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. And you could be saying, you know what, I bet you I could find something better. And you could be walking away from something like that. This could be a relationship that you're walking away from. Doesn't have to be a job. Could be a relationship where you feel like you're putting in all the energy and effort, or the majority of it, and the other person really couldn't care less how that relationship goes. You're walking away from that maybe. There's something here that you're walking away from because you're just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Honestly, you're tired of feeling exhausted and depleted. You want to actually feel good. And so I think by the time Friday rolls around, you're recognizing that the only way for you to actually feel good is to quit giving to something that is just like giving to the black hole. It's never full and it's never overflowing anything back to you. Okay, that's what I see. All right, so that's what we've got for your week. Actually, overall, you've got a pretty good week. You are definitely doing some growth this week. That's always nice. Love seeing that forgiveness or that letting go of something coming in. That always makes our lives better. It's like allowing a weight to lift up off of our shoulders. So that's very exciting. So you guys have a great week coming up. Have a good one. Enjoy it. I know that I'm going to be reading for some of you here this week, or doing mentoring or Reiki sessions, maybe I should say. But the rest of you, I'll see back next week on the next video. Peace.